Hey guys, what's going on? It's Omrecker, aka Mask Gamer on YouTube. Today I'm going to show the final two levels of Legend of Grimrock, where you face off against the final boss. If you are not interested in seeing any spoilers, do not watch this video. I'm warning you right now, you will see the end of the game. So turn this video off if you have any intention of playing, because obviously I would not like to ruin it for you. But what I'm going to show now that I've said that, and if you're still with me, you'll see that currently I am on the 11th floor, and I'm going to go downstairs, and this leads to the 12th floor obviously, and this is actually called the prison. When you first get into this level, right now I've got it cleared, you'll be facing off against a lot of different creatures, including a new type that you haven't seen before. It's kind of like a rock golem type ogre. Extremely lethal, by far the most difficult enemy yet in the game. And eventually you'll see that there's not a whole lot to do on this actual part of the level. You have to go and drop down to the bottom. And when you're in the bottom area, you'll have to pardon my slow movement because I'm actually way down right now. But you'll start finding all these machine parts, like the large gear, the shaft, there's a fume nozzle, pipes, stuff like that. You'll find these parts all over here, and you'll also find some parts like tucked away in certain wall areas, like right here. But eventually, as you're going through this and you're starting to find parts, the guy who's been talking to you the whole game starts to identify these parts for you. And some of them he'll flat out say that you need, like this bladed gear. He says, a finely machined gear, we need it. But really, you need to figure out most of the other stuff. And a lot of the items, it'll tell you that it's just junk, and you know then not to bother. But, yeah, so you do need to find these parts, which are critical to solving a final puzzle. And as I said, he is identifying these items. So these are important to him, and you'll see why in a minute. First though, what I want to do is just make sure I'm not bogged down too much. Because once I do this, things are going to get pretty crazy in the game. Okay, so looking at this map, here's the level 12 prison mapped out fully. And I would like to highlight some areas though really quick. There are special items that will help you defeat the boss at each of these little points that I just made. You get keys to these doors by defeating creatures that appear once you get to the final boss fight. The boss himself spawns right here. That's where the cube is, which you're going to see me put parts into in a minute. So why don't we go ahead and do that? Here's one side of the cube. So I've already got all the parts you need, and you can sit here and try to put different parts in different areas. It's not going to work. Each part fits into a different side of the cube. So you start off with the bladed gear, and you pop it right there in that middle slot. And that's actually on the east side. So now I'm on the south side. On this side, you put the infuser right there in the middle. And then the west side, you put the steel gear in, right here. It won't fit anywhere else. You literally have to click it right there. And then this is when all hell's going to break loose. And I'm actually going to save. And you put the ore right in the middle of this thing. And then he's immediately going to power up. So he's all excited because you've brought him back to life. Turns out you were talking to a machine the whole game. And the only freedom that you shall have is death. So here he comes. And he starts chasing you. What you want to do right away, because if he hits you once, you're dead, is you want to go into this area here that lights up. If you look at where I am, I'm on the southeast side. Because you're not going to be able to do any damage to him. Actually, I don't know where he is. That's weird. Oh, there he is. Okay. So you go into this teleport, and you'll end up in another part of floor 12 that's not accessible. You'll see here if I map it out. There's no other way to get into this. And it leads to a stairway up. See? So I'm going to go upstairs, and then you're going to encounter another puzzle set in the Tomb of the Designers. Now this I need to highlight just really quick before I go step on that plate. There's a button here. And there's also going to be 2 more buttons further down the hallway. Like, I screwed up. Like right there and right there. The button on those sides is literally in the same position. So my recommendation is this. Because once you step on this plate, there's going to be a gas cloud coming out of this. And you're probably going to lose a member if you take too long. And there are no more revive points at this point. So what you want to do is put your mouse there. You click this one. You scoot over to the left about, let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. You click, and then you immediately turn around and click again. So you'll see me do this really quick. Oh, shit. Yeah, I just screwed that up. So that's exactly what you don't want to do. And you know what? For the sake of keeping all my party members alive, I'm just going to reload really quick. Get him going again. I actually forgot. You've got to push that first button again after you touch that plate. So once he gets going, this should open up the teleport field again. Alright, there we go. You go straight into it, and then I'm going to do this puzzle really quick. Okay, so I'm positioned with my mouse. And the door's open. Gotta get through before I die. Just save that guy. Save. Okay, so all my characters are now safe. And I'm actually going to make some potions here. Because potions are going to be pretty important at this point. Once you do that puzzle, enemies spawn, and they actually keep respawning. So there is a likelihood that you will need to heal your characters. So better to be safe than sorry. Have everything ready. And we should be good. So once you get past there, these puzzles are actually pretty simple. So what I like to do is I like to put objects on each of these plates because they're linked to traps, especially once you get this key. So since I've got things on the plates already, none of those traps set off. And that's your first key. The next key, you have to fire something across this field to activate this. And then there's going to be a button right over here, which you have to time perfectly. And then you'll see the next plate is up. So here's what I like to do. I like to go backwards across that, because if you hit the field, it has you facing the other way. And as long as you keep going backwards, you'll get through it. So so I've got the second key here. I'm going to go ahead and get my arrows back. And this will bring us to the next part of the puzzle. So you got to fight this creature really quick. Pretty easy once you're used to, you know, fighting this type of enemy. Okay, so in this room, you'll see, I'm guessing these are different names of these creatures. And there's 2 scrolls. So I'm going to grab both. So it tells you that they are the designers who built the prison for a single purpose, to hold the Undying One until the gears of time finally come to rest. Should he be awakened, they left behind the only weapon capable of taming the beast. And it says that the weapon is hidden. It's called the Weapon of Power. It's hidden in the shadows of this tomb. But to truly hurt the Undying, you need to take him apart piece by piece. When he is incomplete, he can be slain. So, for this part, what you want to do is, I mean, if you look around, you're not going to find the weapon. But if you get rid of all the light in a room, you will. And you can go ahead and arm your torch again once it's there. So what I'm going to do is give that to my mage, and what it does is cast a little lightning bolt. And you need this to defeat that boss. So my recommendation is this. Save your game, and let's see, which one do I want to replace? Save your game, and then get ready, because once you go back in here, you're going to be stuck with... Oh god, there he is. You need to use that weapon on him, but you also need to be careful, because you can get stuck by these creatures that spawn. And then you won't have any place to drop down. Actually, you know what? I already lost my mage. This is part of the reason you want to save your game. I would like to beat it with all the characters, because I didn't do that my first playthrough, and I'm not sure if maybe there's a different ending. So, let's see. Oh my god, already. I feel like I'm moving slower. Wow, I lost my mage again. Maybe I'm just destined to lose my mage every time. You can use the cube to help you. The cube will actually destroy creatures. Okay, so I just took out a part. You'll see there. I took out one of the pieces I originally put into him, the infuser. So that's the trick to beating him, or at least making him vulnerable to death, is you've got to use this object, or this weapon of power on him, and then take parts out of him one at a time. So you have to do it 4 times. The trick is, obviously, it has to be accessible to you on one of the sides. So while you're doing that, you're also dealing with creatures that have spawned. And they will keep respawning. Even if you kill them and think that you cleared them all, they will keep respawning. So, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to take the ore. Now I've got the ore. Let's see, do I have access to anything else? Oh, yep, the gear. Okay, so I've got a gear. Ah, I lost my mage. So really quick, reload. I was able to beat this once I figured out how to beat him without having to load my game. Let's see. Nope, I can't access anything. So that's what I was saying, like, you need to be able to access one of his parts. Yeah, there's nothing I can do here. So let's get him more in the open. There we go. So I can take out this piece here in the middle. Actually, I'm going to save. And hopefully I can find the last piece that I need here. And then you can start hurting him, but here's the problem, right? You've got to keep using lightning damage on him. And you don't have a whole lot. I mean, I do have some lightning bombs saved. But this level does actually have some secrets for you to get. I'm actually going to drop down here for a minute. And rest up. As far as I know, the boss does not heal. So you can keep doing these patterns where you're shocking him. And then drop down to rest. And let's see. Uh-oh. Okay, so this is actually one thing I wanted to show was that I think I just saw a key there. What happens is some of these creatures, they start dropping keys. So if you pick up those keys, you can actually get more electrical items from those rooms I highlighted up here. And let's see, where was that key? Oh my god. Well, that's exactly why you need to avoid this box, because he will kill you just by rolling over. Your whole party dies. So let's see. I want to find that key. I swear I saw one over here. Yep, right there. So if I can get to one of those rooms... You can see there's fire bombs. Oh my god, I'm dead. And I'm dead. Well, I've only found 2 keys. So you saw in that room there were more lightning bombs. Honestly, you can probably beat him with just that one weapon. The problem is it'll probably take forever. So, let's see if there's any others. I think the key was right over here. Yep. So I need to go find one of those rooms before that box gets up to me. Okay. Oh my god, that was so close. Oh no! Whoa! I survived. I have no idea how I survived that. Okay, I really want that wand. That's actually one of the best items for causing damage to him. Alright, I think just to be safe, I'm going to drop down and rest and get myself a little bit more situated. Because I thought I had more electric bombs. Yep, I do. So, I'm going to take his shield off, give him some bombs, and now I got my assassin type character, or rogue even, with a lightning wand. I've got my mage with that original weapon of power, and I've got 4 lightning bombs on my tanky guy. So let's save one more time, and I might be able to beat it right here. There he is. Come on, cube. Oh god. Oh. Now he says he seems to be leaking. I love how he tells you that you're killing him, and that's it. I actually just beat him. And here comes the end game, which I will actually shut up for so you guys can watch. Here you go. So I take it all that remains is this crater where Mount Grimrock used to be. Very, very cool imagery, though. And then there's a scene here where I don't know if that's a cube soul or what, but I'm guessing this is the only ending. I could be wrong. Maybe there's like a ultra good ending if you, do, or let's say you find all the secrets or you find all these golden items. Maybe that'll affect it. There's also a pressure plate where he used to be, and it makes me wonder if there's something interesting with that plate. I've tried killing him on the plate, and I did it once. It did not change the ending. But anyway, that's how you activate and then defeat the end boss. And I'm going to try to get some other videos up of some of the other puzzles in the game. And if there's anything else that you guys want to see or any other games, feel free to let me know. Obviously, be sure to leave a comment, subscribe, like, the whole deal. And that's all, guys. Thanks for watching.